Tell me I am not cooking right now, bro. All the things she used to need from you as a man, she now gets from men who own companies. But it's an open relationship because he can't take her out to dinner. The corporation owner can't give her children. See what I'm saying? So what do we have? We have hookup culture and baby mama culture because of this. Hands down, no doubt about what America's number one problem is. But let's continue, because I guess, I'm just feeling like you're like not convinced yet that Ricky is spitting all facts all day. And maybe some of you don't want to face the truth on why we have our economic problems in our country, why the marriages are falling apart, why people don't want to get married. All of this stuff is exactly what I'm telling you here. There's nobody else that's bringing you this. I know it, but go ahead and act like this isn't the fierest shit you ever heard. Male earnings decline and marriage collapse. Economic stability is the number one predictor of whether men get married. Once again, let me repeat that, guys. In case there is anyone here that is not able to pick this up, economic stability is the number one predictor of whether men get married. And you say, well, Ricky, that's simple. Well, if it's simple, why are we sitting around accepting women in the workplace? That is the bottom line. That is the problem in our country. We did not have a crime rate until this happened. I've done another show, and I will do another show. I've done another show, I'm sorry. And I will do another show about that. The comparison between the correlation between women entering a workplace and American men entering prisons. The numbers and the way it follows each other is absolutely staggering. And this is something I discovered years ago. Nobody talks about it. That's why Ricky is king. I am the ultimate scientist in this field, but let's continue. Median male earnings over the 4 decades, as we discussed earlier, 28% deficit. Marriage rate for median income men went from 91% to 64%. And most of the other men are unattractive, okay, economically. The cause and effect chain. I don't totally agree with this part, but it is here. It is a part of it, but it's not the full story. Manufacturing decline, male specific labor demand shocks, okay. Earning stagnation. Now, in the 1970s, we did have a economic situation called stagflation. So they're saying earning stagnation, and that does go together. There was company job loss because they didn't care about American families and men. They shipped our jobs overseas. We started dealing with China, and that's what made them such a world power now, because we gave them we've given everybody in the world, women, gee whiz. We've given women the power from our men. We've given foreign countries and their workers the power over our men. And that's all because our greedy, selfish, feminine ass politicians here in this country do not want any competition from American men. They'd rather see you put on a dress, some makeup, some high heels, and play like you're a goddamn woman, and you know it. That is exactly what's going on. They don't want any competition. They want to sit up there with billions and billions of dollars and have access to millions and millions of American women. And they're some things I can't even say. We know what they're into. You saw the Epstein files, right? I know what needs to happen, but we'll talk about that later. So what happened? So what happened there? The earnings stagnation led to marriage market collapse. Women avoid economically unstable men. Shit. Let me say that again. I guess I'm the goofy one not knowing the facts and the truth. Once again, women avoid economically unstable men. Like, duh. Like family. Okay, here's the next part, man. This is crazy. Family instability. Single parent households surge. So hold on. You mean that even though women are avoiding the men because they're broke, they still go and get D from these men so they can have children, or they trick men into relationships so they can have a child, then they get rid of the man? What? This can't be true, Ricky. What are you saying? All facts, all day. Man, I don't even know. I'm talking so fast because I want to just give you all of this information that I have, because I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what's going on, and I'm so tired of us being fooled by the bullshit that they're doing to us. Right here at the very bottom, I might have to remove little Ricky again because he's always in the way of my stuff. Like, little Ricky, get out the way, bro. Well, that's not him. All right, here we go. So here it is. If marriage rates today equaled those of the 1980s, right? Family income growth would be 44% higher. So everybody's like, I hear a lot of people saying, well, we have to work and they both have to work. I hear women making this excuse that the man and the woman both have to work in this economy. No, if your ass got out the workplace, ma'am, men would have jobs, make more money, and company owners would have to pay men more. See, guys, let me say one thing real quick. I got to get back on this screen and get this in your ear. Hold on. I'm talking so goddamn fast, I don't know what to do. Listen to me. There was a time in American history where you would see when a company started treating the workers unfairly, if the pay wasn't good, men would get in the streets, they would picket. We had what was called unions. We had all of this stuff. But once the women flood the workplace, we don't have strikes anymore, right? Number one, we don't have strikes. Workers don't go on strike. Have you noticed that? You never see strikes in America anymore. Why? Because the women are always like, we'll do whatever. We'll do the job even if they don't want to do it. So y'all ninjas be outside trying to be on picketing and striking, and the women walk right up in the business because they're still going to go in there and drop neck for the goddamn boss. We can't even go on strike. We can't have unified men saying we want to be treated fairly. All that's gone away. So now all you got is sissies in the workplace and doing weird shit and keeping real men down on a daily goddamn basis. Nobody can be treated fairly. We get low wages in our country. That's why nobody can afford nothing. And they jack up the price of everything. Bro, I know other creators aren't telling you this shit like I'm telling you or bringing you none of this like this. So it's whatever. But let's open let's open the book of Recorian back up. Chapter 2, verse 8. How they've been fucking up our country and got ninjas out here, men going to prison and graveyards and all of this. Disgusting. And I can't wait for the day we change this. But it's not going to change unless people like me, me and some other people who have their own skill set because they can't do what I do. But anyway, here's the next one. Shockingly enough. I'll in the chat right there, guys, I will get to some things in a minute. I just want to spit through this lesson, man, because it got me fired up. I'm so pissed off about what's going on with us in this country. I'm so tired of our young men and women going through what they go through and what the older generations, I'm part of the older generation, what we have to go through. I'm tired of what they're doing to the American people. And I'm trying to explain tonight the number one problem in our country. There is no problem with crime and all that other shit, smugs and whatever. These things aren't a problem. They're outcomes from the one thing that we did wrong, and that's put women in the workplace. If we fight to get that changed, you will see crime in our country drop dramatically. If we change that law, you will see marriages left and right. Because come on, let's use logical common sense. If you take women out the workplace and they can't go get money like that and make it illegal for them to sell their backsides on these streets, what are they going to do the next day? They're going to go find a husband and sit the fuck down and stop running their mouth on this bullshit, dividing us, conquering families. You're destroying the men, the children. It's too much. But let me not get too sidetracked here. Here's slide number 4 out of 10. Women married corporations instead of men. Once again, that is the perfect statement. American women married corporations instead of men. Gentlemen, this is why they don't love and respect you, because they're already married. It's like running into a woman at the gas station or at the grocery store. She's already married to a guy who's giving her $100K a year to be his wife. But you want to steal her from that? Now, she may come have sex with you because he's not giving her a baby, all right? And no D. But her financial status is coming from him. So she's married. She's confident about it. She loves it. That's what they want. That's why when women go to work, it's not the same as when men go to work. Women married corporations instead of American men. Women's right to work gave them the ability to do that. That is why we're in trouble. They're hands down. This is the only problem our country has. We don't have another problem. If you put men back in power, give them money. Women are valued for what's under their skin, not for what goddamn job they got. We don't care about that shit. But anyway, they traded their husbands for companies is what happened. And the marriage market collapsed. Now, here's a before and after, or a before and now. And yes, all the information on my screen and your screen is up to date until about last week. So 2026, right? Before, why? Women married, all right? Financial security required a husband. Limited job opportunities Okay, I guess I should number this down in case you're not watching and you may be listening. Financial security required having a husband if you wanted to be financially secure. Limited job opportunities for women existed. Social expectations and economic necessity. Okay, this is why they married. This is the list here, guys, is why women married in the past. And marriage equaled a survival strategy. If a woman wanted to survive and have a great life in this world, in the past, what that means is she had to marry a man. Now, her survival strategy, she marries they marry one man who owns a company, and they're all married to the company. I'll ask you a quick question. When women go to colleges and universities, do you think they're going there because they're trying to learn how to be a great wife and mother to you and your children? No. She's going there to be a great wife to a company. She wants to learn how to be trainable and groomed into somebody. But then if you get her as a man and you try to train her and groom her into being a great wife, you're a goddamn groomer. Tell me when I'm lying tonight. Please let me know. Now, all facts, all day. That's what's up. Now, married to the company. Here's the situation we have now. Corporations provide the paycheck, which is her financial stability. Companies offer benefits and security. These are all the things she used to get from a husband. Am I lying? A husband is no longer the provider. Gee, man, look, this shit breaks my heart. The American man is no longer the provider for women. They've consolidated marrying our women. Can you understand what's going on? Because I swear, this is why they try to silence Ricky all day. I'm the only one. They're like, these other red pillers telling you how to spit game and monetize dating market, and you're weirdos for that. You guys aren't RP. You guys are weird. Everything about you. That's why you all hated on me when I came out, but I'm always facts, and you cannot top nothing I'm saying. I promise you, all day. Weird ass dudes. Anyway, a husband is no longer the provider, okay? Men become optional, not essential. Once again, you can string this all together if you're just picking up what I'm putting down. Instead of being the essential husbands we used to be, and instead of them being the essential wives, the game has now been corrupted. The game has been corrupted to the point where, I might want a husband. Like a goddamn bracelet, she might wear your ass like a husband, bro. The fuck's going on? Insane. The result here on slide number 4 is women married corporations for security, making American men, I think that says economically irrelevant in the household. Let's see. Economically irrelevant to the household. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the next slide because I'm triggered like a motherfucker. I'm triggered. Woo! Let's go. How company owners, oh, this is a great one. How company owners and elites benefit. It's the company owners and elites who benefit here, guys. That's why the American men have not shit. We have to be overworked. We pass away early. We're underpaid, and we always have to settle for a woman that's 1/3 of the woman we really should be with. Tell me when I'm lying. Gee whiz. Here we go.